This is A Who All Gonna Be Their podcast, a place where you get to be an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to A Who All Gonna Be Their podcast, a place where you get to become an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat. Treese is trying me right now, and so is Eric. But I'm gonna go ahead and let them slide upon the evening. Amen.
Hallelujah, Shabbat.
Wait, how we trying you?
This little head nod stuff.
Oh, I'm just bopping. You know how Whitney did? Licky, Aaliyah, Cheryl, Pat,
Trees,
Alyssa,
trees,
and Alyssa.
and tree.
Thank you for holding me back.
Oh, that makes me miss Whitney.
Oh, Whitney.
Crack is whack. Don't forget.
Lord have mercy.
Crack
You
is
don't
whack.
ever forget it. I
Oh,
make too much
Jesus.
money to ever smoke.
Man, rest in peace, Whitney.
Look,
Trees, what was you just showing? First of all,
Yeah.
Listeners don't hear that, don't know that in the beginning of the recording, Trees had a video of something up, child. What
I
is
have
this?
picture, man. So anybody, I don't know how they be doing. I don't know what y'all be doing in white churches. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm gonna let y'all know how we be moving in black churches. Child, if y'all know what these is, can y'all see that?
Yes.
These little communion crackers. Why somebody on Facebook today call it Jesus? Like Jesus.
But because Jesus is in it, Jesus.
Hallelujah.
Shabbat.
Oh my God. When I tell you, I don't know why that tickled me so hard, but it
That's
tickled
hilarious.
me. Talk about
actually.
Jesus. I will forever do communion now and be like,
How did they spell it?
Jesus.
How did they
Jeez, Jeez. They did a hashtag it's Jesus. Jesus.
Ignorant.
Jesus.
Ignorant.
You know that was somebody black too.
That
Lord.
blessed
Them
me.
things taste like cardboard.
Oh my God! But they melt on your tongue.
Don't it?
Don't it?
I said, what in the world in the styrofoam is this?
Yeah, styrofoam paper. Yeah, that's what it tastes like.
Melting styrofoam paper.
Jesus,
Oh
sweet
my
Lord.
God. That's hilarious. I thank you for sharing that, child, because that was funny. That blessed me.
Yeah, that tickled me, man.
Look, that's about as bad as that. What I sent y'all on Instagram? The picture was talking about I need to be baptized again because the one I got when I was little was wearing off.
Listen, it's about time for a renewal.
I need to be re-dipped.
Lord have mercy. You know what? Black Twitter, Black Instagram, Black Facebook is really undefeated when it comes to the jokes. I ain't gonna hold you. It will keep me laughing and scrolling to 3:00 in the morning.
All day, jokes. Lord.
Yes.
Oh my God. But listeners, thank you for coming back to another episode of A Who All Gonna Be Their podcast. This is our to-go plate episode, and we're talking about Survivor 42. Listen, we got 2 more episodes left of Survivor, child.
Both
today and next week, child. And we will be done with Survivor 42.
This is our penultimate episode.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, come on. Dictionary.
Yeah. Right. For those who don't know what penultimate is, can you please explain?
It means something that happens right before the finale of something, right before the last.
Well, welcome to our penultimate episode. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on to Eric, the editor.
2 hour episode before the last, for the other viewers.
I'm weak. Don't do me like that.
He had to use the big word.
Go for it.
It literally
Mr.
just came.
Jesus.
It just came out.
Hold on, Eric. Just okay. Give me a word for the day that you don't think I know. Just give me a word that you don't think I know, and I'm gonna tell you if I know it.
Let's say.
I swear he be making up words sometimes, y'all.
I don't. Let's go with machinations.
Machinations is when you have mac and cheese, and you combine it with 2 different recipes, so it make a nation. Is that correct?
That is definitely not correct.
He lying.
Is that something like think up or something? Is that something like
machinations?
Yeah, so machinations are like plots or plans that someone has created, and it's typically in a negative.
To make mac and cheese. Bam.
And it's typically in a negative connotation.
I was technically right. Planning to make mac
and cheese.
Sure,
Chris, we're gonna give it to you. That was a nice guess.
You put it together like it's a nation, because when people get together,
that nation part
it make a nation.
So for today's episode, we're going to talk about Maryanne's machinations.
Yes. Hallelujah! There you go.
Yes.
All right, speak on it, brother.
Whew. All right, let's jump into it.
Look, one thing we gonna do on her is ramble, but go ahead.
No, always. Always. I don't think we ever just jump into. I think we probably did that once or twice.
Oh, Lord.
So this episode, you know, at first I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel with Drea leaving and coming back into this episode. It's gonna be feeling weird with her gone. But apparently the tribe mates that are still left, they don't feel that way. They are rejoicing that Drea is gone. They all like, we're so glad everything worked. Last tribal council was a wild ride, but we got Drea out. She's gone, and she was a threat to win the game. So we're glad that our plans worked. I'm like, okay, whatever. Don't rub it in now. Like, I did forgive y'all.
Right, enough of all that rejoicing behind Drea.
Hello. And so I'm like, okay, I forgave y'all. Not too much now. But they go into Mike. Him and Omar, they're having a conversation. And first of all, Omar gives Mike back the idol. And it kind of upset me because it's like you did all that to get out Drea so you could keep the idol, only to give it back to him. But you know,
thought he was gonna hold on to that. I thought he was gonna give it back.
That was the whole point, to keep it for yourself.
Has anybody ever been like, no?
I don't recall.
Not that I know.
Like, if you ever given somebody an
I'm
idol,
not the survivor historian.
That's a Mia question.
Mia for that.
Bruh, I would be like, no.
I would too.
I mean, it's 5 people left. What you gonna do? Not vote for me in the end?
Exactly. And I would have used it at this tribal. I would have kept it and used it.
Especially if I knew I was like, you know, a target, like, and y'all been talking about me, I'd be like, oh, I lost it, bro. I don't know what happened to it.
Because it's the finale. The finale is next week. What am I trying to be?
Baby, I'm making some moves.
Be
you
mad
give
at
your
me.
idol, please.
So that was that. So anyway, so after that, Mike gets his idol back. He goes and hits the confessional, and he clocks Omar's game pretty much. And he's like, I know what Omar's been doing. He did the whole thing so people can see that he's playing a masterful game. He said, but now Omar needs to go. I said, see there. See, now you done left Mike in this game, kept him safe, and now he wants you out.
Look.
He went to Maryanne. He said, look, Omar, this man is playing this and that. He got to be the one to go. And you want to know what? He did the whole Drea thing, and they gave me the idol. He did that to keep me here so he can let me know to be on his side. I'm like, oh, he
come
just
on here, Drea's karma.
Exactly, coming back to get him. And so Maryanne's like, oh, she on board. She's like, yes, Omar has to go. Omar has to go. And I love him. That's my person. He, you know, we've been on trial, but I now know that to get to the end of this game, Omar cannot be there if I want to win this game. So Omar has to go. So that's what everybody's thinking. Like, Omar has to go, except for Omar and Lindsay, of course. They want Johnathan out now. They're like, oh, Johnathan has to go. We can't allow him to win another thing. We can't allow him to go no further. And I just keep going back to a few weeks ago when they had the opportunity to do it. And they refused to do it. And so I'm like, don't know if you're going to get him out, but I guess we'll have to see at the immunity challenge. But so before all of that happens, you know, we have Omar, he's walking up to Mike and Johnathan talking, and they were discussing, you know, Lindsay is playing us and Omar is playing us, and we have to stick together. Otherwise, they're going to try to divide and conquer us, which is exactly what Omar was trying to do, trying to pit them two against each other. Mm-hmm. And so he's like, because that's what his plan was, Lindsay, we're going to make Mike think that we're going for Johnathan, make Johnathan think we're going for Mike. But again, Mike clocked it, and he's telling Johnathan, and here come Omar. He walking up like this. Am I interrupting something?
Child, what do you look like a little kid that got out of bed in the middle of the night? Like,
yes. And they go lie, talk about, oh no, come on, we just talking about
lying.
Clearly
said his name too.
I know he heard it. And so I just gotta say, I'm gonna have to mention it because I know they saw how he walked up like, am I interrupting? Yes, you are. You need to go back. But he sat on
your demise. Please come back in 5 to 15 minutes.
He came and sat right down too.
Right.
They asked him to.
I was cracking up. That was funny to me. Johnathan, during this conversation, he clocks Lindsay and Omar. He's like, I know how they sit here and try to act like they not working together, but I know they working together. They're probably the closest two people out here. And I know that it's 4 Taku members out of the final 6, but this is the end of the road for the Taku 4. He said one of us will not be making it to the final 5. I was like, oh. And he just knew he wasn't gonna be him, apparently.
Well, he said he was survivor confident. Was that that was the word that he used?
That's what Omar used.
Omar used? Okay.
Omar used,
okay.
So I was like, okay, I guess. And so from that point on, we moved to the reward challenge. And I was like, okay, a little reward. Everybody need a little reward every now and again. And so this reward challenge, what was on the line was a real meal of grilled chicken and some veggies. They had some veggies, or they could. You shake your head, Trees.
Chocolate cake
and cookies, chef.
Yeah,
look, I put up a poll on our Twitter page today, and I'm like, what would y'all choose? Like, would y'all choose the sustenance?
Grilled chicken and them raggedy vegetables.
Yeah, I would have chose that same
easy
thing.
First of all, America, Canada, whoever watching, I don't like chocolate. So and I barely eat cookies. 9 times out of 10, the cookies probably chocolate chip cookies. Yes, I would be so mad if I don't finally want to come. They'd be like, you get chocolate cake and chocolate chip cookie. If you don't get this out my face.
Well, see, okay, so the winner got to choose like how they wanted to do it. And so in this challenge, they start off, they spinning this like spool to untie themselves. Then a little spool. After they untie themselves, they get on this balance beam. They got to untie something else. And then after they untie, they jump, they get through the thing and they running, they flipping, they jumping over stuff. And they finally get to the little end portion where they have to solve the puzzle. It's a compass rose, and they have to solve it. And it looked like Maryanne's getting ready to clutch her win. And then she's like, oh no, something's wrong. I don't know what it is. And here come Omar. He's like, oh, I got it. Clunk, 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 clunk. Fixed it. Got his puzzle. Got his first win of the season.
Here comes Jeff. How confident are you? How confident are you? I'm like, Jeff, tell the man he won. Quit playing with him.
He be doing the most.
Playing with him. And so he's like, you're correct. Congratulations, Omar. You have one reward. So which one are you going to choose? But there's stipulations to your choice. So you get to either take, was it one person? You get to choose
2 people for the chicken and 3 for the raggedy cake.
For the trash cookies and chocolate cake.
And so he's like, I think I want to do the chocolate, in his confessionals, I'm gonna do the chocolate because that gives me more people to talk to in the stage of the game. So I'm gonna choose the chocolate, and I'm choosing who's going with you. Who you choosing to go with you? I'm choosing Maryanne. I'm choosing Romeo because Romeo, he's the only one that ain't got to eat. And I'm like,
they should have
be quiet. Everybody that
they should have cut to Romeo digging in that rice pot, eating that
rice. Should have.
Oh, that tickled me. I'll never forget that, how they played him with that whole edit. They were like, and somebody always eating after the thing. Here go Romeo.
Baby, that would have been me. I support you, Romeo, because don't leave me hungry near a pot of food. I'm eating it.
Right. And that's why I said
anybody got something to say about it, then we have to just fight.
And he stood like, he's like, and I'm gonna eat it. He basically, and I'm gonna keep on doing it because I'm hungry.
Right. That part.
And so when Omar's like, yeah, he's the only one that hadn't gotten to eat. I'm like, and you gonna feed him chocolate, cake, and cookies?
Okay.
I don't want that.
Yay.
Like, I guess it's food. So he chooses Lindsay. Oh no, not Lindsay. Omar chooses Maryanne and Romeo, and then this third person is like, I'm gonna choose Mike because Mike deserves it. X, Y, and Z. I'm like, no, you didn't want Mike and Johnathan talking together and strategizing because you knew you could trust Lindsay.
That's what it was.
And so when they get back to camp, here go Lindsay and Johnathan. They both trying to lie to each other, trying to make each other feel comfortable. Johnathan like, I know she's trying to make me feel comfortable, but hopefully I'm doing a better job of trying to convince her. And so they both like, oh no, I'm not targeting you. I'm targeting such and such. And he's like, oh yeah, no, Romeo was my target. And I'm like, y'all suck.
And both of them knew they was playing each other. They couldn't have possibly thought that
I feel like it was so obvious.
Was going over well. Yes. Like, no.
It was like filler conversation.
Yeah.
Like fluff. What is
y'all
this?
both
and
know.
One thing about Johnathan, to me, he doesn't lose well. You
Mm-mm.
notice whenever he lose, I'm about to go lay down for a minute.
Pouts.
He's suddenly weak, child.
Screaming.
He weak and laying down in the grass or wherever in the leaves, child, with his
He
face.
was so used to winning, now he losing. Now he like, I don't know what
That's
to do
what
myself.
it is, Kiki.
Yes, he don't lose
been
well.
laying
Bless
down
his
the
heart.
last.
And I don't lose
I'm
well,
about
so
to
I
go
recognize.
lay down.
Yes,
That's
go
exactly
lay
what he do.
down.
All right, come on, choir. Come on.
Oh,
Lay down.
Lay down.
Go lay down. All
that
right.
is so funny.
Jesus.
Johnathan had to go lay down.
Yes, because he lost. What's that thing? The little clip of Tiffany. I don't plan on losing anything. Cuts. I lost.
I lost. Right?
Oh man. So yeah, they weren't fooling each other. And obviously they cut to them digging into the chocolate cake and eating their little cookies. And I was just like, bleh. But moving
It
right
looked
along.
nasty. It looked like that Matilda cake. Y'all watch Matilda where they eating that cake?
Oh my god.
It sure did.
I wonder if that's what traumatized me from chocolate. I don't ever remember eating chocolate, but every time I think of chocolate, I think of that specific moment in that movie where that boy had to eat all that nasty cake that looked like straight nasty.
It was just so much, like it was just so messy how he was eating it. And she keep on eating. Like he just had to keep It's almost as bad as what season 16 when they did the auction and they had the darn cake and they was digging into it. And
I wish they would bring the auction back. That was enjoyable to watch.
Dang, if y'all listening, we know y'all do because y'all be listening to what we be saying and stuff be popping up on the next episode.
Look,
so bring that auction
bring
back.
the auction
season
back
43.
And get rid of the do or die twist. It's raggedy.
Right.
Please.
We're done.
Oh my gosh.
And what's the fire rock? Is that the do or die? That is
That's
do or die.
child.
Get rid of that too. Twice. Get rid of it twice.
Lord, the fire making challenge. You talking about the fire making challenge?
No, I was talking about they put
where
the
it's the skull,
symbol.
right?
Oh yeah, that's do or die.
Fire.
Yeah, I was like, wait, hold on, that's the same thing. Get rid of it 2 times, twice.
Lord. So after that little thing, they go to let's see, what is it? Oh, before the immunity challenge, they doing strategy. So Mike, his strategy, Omar has to go. Lindsay and Omar, like Johnathan has to go. And so it's the battle. Who gonna convince Maryanne and Romeo to get on board? They're like, all right, this is what the plan is. We're gonna get Omar out. But Lindsay cannot win because Mike was on an expose tour this episode.
When I say he ain't sat down all episode,
that man was running that mouth.
Because this time he went and told everybody about Lindsay's immunity idol. He's like, I know for a fact she got an immunity idol. I know she got one. And so she can't win because if she win, she gonna give her immunity idol to Omar and he gonna be safe and we ain't gonna get to vote him out.
Maryanne was distraught, bruh.
Yes, because she was like, what is going to happen? Exactly. Yeah. She was like, I thought we were closer than that. And apparently I'm just here as for some, just constellation, as decoration. I'm not really her ally. So she don't know what to do.
Talking this week.
Exactly. And poor Romeo, he just there. Bless his little heart. So they get to the immunity challenge. And it's the one that they used for Final 5 last season. I see them trying to switch up stuff.
The fact that you remember what time they did these comps, child, your memory is great.
Oh my goodness!
I just want to give you that.
It is the opposite of mine. Congratulations.
I was like, what's that?
Congratulations.
Congratulations. But yes, it was the Final 5 comp from last season. I don't know how I remember details like that. I legit don't. Because I don't think I have a good memory sometimes, but I guess I do. So they do this. The way this challenge works is they have to go to the thing, release the little they little puzzle stair stacks. It's stairs. They have to get the little stair pieces, untie those, carry them through the thing, and start stack. What is that? Thought something flew across me. It's just my little cord here. And so they have to build their steps, but the steps is not just regular steps. So there's holes in these little boards, right? And so the piece has to fit perfectly. And after they get the steps completed, they have to get the little key thing and move it through the thing and figure out how to.
I thought about that. And you know what's very simple to remember when they did like the little stair step, because a lot of them got hung up on that. Like it was only 4 slots. Just do big, big, little, 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 big, little, big, 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 little, little. And I'm like, why y'all struggling so hard? I was like, I would have ate through this comp.
Exactly. That's what I was like. When I was looking, I was like, if y'all just take the time to look at the pieces and see rushing. Which one it exactly rushing. So my idea when I'm seeing comps like this, I really want to know how long it actually took for them to do it. You know?
Point. Yeah. Because it took Maryanne.
Maryanne was struggling.
I done gave this woman a brand new name.
Maryanne.
Chad took Maryanne a long time, Chad, to get to the stairs.
Yes, because I had to call Jeff out on Twitter. I said, he was like, Maryanne, pick it up. Let's go. I said, don't do my sis like that.
Child, she needed to pick it up. Nah, she needed to pick it up. She needed that chicken.
For a minute.
I forgot she was in the game. Hold on, wait. Can we talk about Maryanne trying to dizzy herself? I said,
at the other comp.
That tickled me, man. I'm sorry, I just remembered that.
She was twirling like a little spinning top. Bless her heart.
The way I would have threw up during that one comp.
Baby, I would have just had to sit there for a minute. Like, let me get myself together.
My vertigo would have been acting up.
Gone.
Oh yeah, I don't know those dizzy comps. For me, the stretch is really slow and steady. Believe it or not, I think because when you start twirling like a tornado, you gonna be
like that ballerina. Gonna be out, gone.
Exactly. But yeah, so she was way behind. Bless her heart. I was like, oh, okay. You know, obviously Johnathan and Lindsay, they the ones out front. But here come Omar. Here come Romeo. I was like, okay, Romeo, you ready? You're trying to get you a win, okay? But sure enough, Lindsay and freaking Johnathan pull away from the pack and they get up the steps first. But then here come Omar and Romeo and then Mike. They finally get up there and Maryanne, I guess she mosey on, but she was still kind of far back behind.
Not she mosey.
She was taking her sweet time because I was like, you know what? They may get to that little puzzle. So at the end, once they got on top of the platform, they have to use the little, you know, how they do it and maneuver the ball through the little maze, over the little edges and get into a hole. And
Pinball.
Exactly. And so it's basically, again, like I said, out of Johnathan and Lindsay. And the first one, you have to get the first ball, click it. So Lindsay sinks hers, Johnathan sinks the first one. And then they move the second one on down further. And this one's a difficult portion because it's like a real thin ledge where they got to get the ball around to get over there. And so Johnathan, he gets his over. And then Lindsay on the exact opposite side trying to get hers over. And she misses. I'm like, oh, heck, Johnathan about to win this. He misses. He had to start over. She's starting over. Then they both get to the edge again. She misses. He misses. And I'm like, okay, that means Romeo, he gonna slide up. Omar gonna slide up. Mike gonna slide up and win and catch up. No, they both get back to the edge. And it's down to milliseconds. They both right there on the cusp of victory. And Lindsay finally sinks hers and she wins immunity. Worst case scenario for Mike and Johnathan. Clearly. I'm like, okay. I'm thinking like, Lindsay wins. She has this immunity idol that expires. So the amulet immunity idol expires at final 6. And I'm like, she's going to use this for Omar to guarantee his safety. She has to. Like, why wouldn't you? It's Survivor. You can't take chances.
Right. And this is your boy.
This your boy.
I would have. Like, I can't do nothing with it. And the fan in me, I would just I can't not let item in my possession not be used.
And the thing about it is, you did all of this strategizing to be the last person standing with the third leg of the power,
and didn't do nothing of it,
and didn't even
use it. And then for your boy to go out by a blindside.
Right.
Listen. And the thing is, what really messed me up, because, you know, we saw spoilers, y'all listeners. We talked about spoilers. And so based on the spoilers, I was just confused because I was like, she won immunity and she has an idol. So why wouldn't Omar also be safe? And when I hear her out of her mouth, oh, you're guaranteed safe. I know you're safe. So I don't even want to use the idol because it could go back into play at final 5 and I don't know who's going to find it. Do what?
Child, is
it crack?
It's 46 seconds left in the game. Like, YOLO, take a chance. They probably wouldn't redo it because it was an amulet. I wouldn't guess that they would. Like, if it was a regular idol,
that they found, right?
I would think so, but especially when it's only one more week.
Yes.
I'd
And
have
y'all,
to chance
it's
it.
a moth flew in here. I thought I was crazy jumping
Oh,
up and
Lord
down.
Jesus.
Lord have mercy. I ain't got my glass on, but I know I can see out my peripheral. I can see. But yeah, so when she told him that, she was like, "Oh, I know you're safe." I said, "Oop,
That
that don't sound good."
overconfident, that make you lose.
Exactly. And my thing is too, even if you didn't want to give it to him, why you didn't just give him your immunity necklace and you use the idol for yourself? Like, but let's
Can you
not
do
here nor
that?
there.
Can you give it to
Yeah.
somebody?
Yeah. Remember
Oh,
Eric
I
did
didn't
it.
know that.
Yeah, you did. Remember in
Eric.
Final 5, Eric gave up in season 16. Eric gave up his immunity idol to Natalie and they voted him out.
Who is Eric? Y'all know I ain't got no good memory.
Oh my goodness. From Fans versus Favorite, from Cerise season that we watched.
Yeah. Okay.
She
I
convinced him
remember.
to give up immunity. To give it to Natalie.
Yeah. I remember that. Okay.
So yeah, she very well could be like, you know what, Jeff? Here you go, Omar. I want to give this to you because I have a little something here that's gonna give me safety, and I want to guarantee
100% did
that we're going to the finale.
And that would 100% been my move.
Exactly. But which on the flip side, I'm like, okay, because there's something brewing with our girl Maryanne. That's gonna be her name for this episode.
Maryanne. Because she had a little spice on her.
She is still dead set on getting rid of Omar. But Mike and Johnathan, even though it was their original plan, they got scared because they're like, oh, Lindsay's going to use that idol for Omar. And so we're just going to have to just vote out Romeo, Maryanne. We can't risk it. And she's like,
they were being some little kitty cat.
They were being nervous like, oh, that means that makes us a threat and we're next on the chopping block. It's the
been a
finale.
Threat.
What
like,
are you
everybody
about?
a threat. It's one more episode, bro. You do know it's one more episode left, right?
It's final. Why are we playing? And that's basically what she told him. She's like, what are y'all scared for? She said, matter of fact, y'all don't even have to change them. I just want you to know that I have an extra vote.
And it's getting used.
It's getting used. This is what we're going to do. I'm voting out Omar. Romeo's voting out Omar. And this extra vote that I got is going on Omar. Now, y'all can basically get with the plan or get left behind because who's going with this is me. And I was like, that's right, Maryanne. Play your own game. Yes. Don't listen to them. Because they're trying to convince her, you need to just vote with us and vote out Romeo and play it safe. And she's like, why would I vote out Romeo? Romeo ain't a threat to me. Why would I get rid of the only person who's been at the bottom with me?
Romeo is who I want to bring to the final. Who you telling?
Hello. And so they over here being sorry and scary, thinking that no confirmation whatsoever if Lindsay given the thing. They going off paranoia. And so they scared to make a move. But Maryanne says she won. She putting her foot down. This is what she gonna do.
I'm glad she did.
And so I'm like, okay, Maryanne, she's showing us she's here to play. And I believe that I predicted the move that she was going to do. I don't know if it was to the T, but it was pretty close, if not right on the money, that she was going to use the extra vote. Her and Romeo were going to vote opposite of what everybody else was doing. And it was going to be the cause of someone leaving. And before we get to who left, Kiki, you brought up the conversation they mentioned about like trust and like what's going on in this stage of the game. What are people looking for now? So Jeff is like, so in terms of voting people out, what's the game plan here? And they started off like, well, before, we're voting people off based off, what's going to happen tomorrow and the immediate. But now we have to make decisions based off who do we want to sit next to in the final 3 at the final tribal council. And him, he like, basically, I've been planning on every person I've been evicting. It's been for me to get to the final 3. It ain't just been no step by step, but
like this ain't no recent phenomenon for me. I've been thinking about this since day one. Look, and when he said that, I'm like, oh shoot, you talking too much.
Too much. And then had the nerve to talk about, say, I ain't got no advantage. I don't have no idol. I said, oh, why would you say that?
All right.
Even if it's true. And I got some tea for y'all after we talk about this.
Wait, hold on. The people who do have an idol left is Mike and Maryanne. That's it,
and
right?
Lindsay at this point.
Well, no. Lindsay, the last time she could use it was this time, right?
Oh, I thought you were talking about for this tribal council.
Oh, I'm talking about for the next, for the end.
Just
so
Mike and Maryanne.
As of right now, it's just Mike and Maryanne. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
And so Jeff was like, "So, are you confident? How confident are your plans?" Like, because Lindsay was like, "Yeah, you think you got a plan? I think my plan is going. I'm confident that my plan is going to go through." He's like, "How confident are you? And how confident can you be?" And then Omar brought up, "Well, I'm survivor confident, meaning that I can be confident, but because it's survivor, you never really know what's going to happen in this game." And I'm like, "You so right, Omar. You never know what's going to happen because you may go home tonight, not even knowing that you're going home." But that's neither here nor there. Because he fully believed, I believe he mentioned that, but he had no inclination that he could potentially be on the chopping block. Because when the votes were read, well, before they were read, when they said, anybody want to use an immunity idol? Anybody have an advantage that they want to use?
Boy, they put that camera on Lindsay.
They sitting there. I know Drea looking. I know High's looking because they like, sis got the idol.
And hold on, pause. Drea looked beautiful.
Baby was giving looks.
Gorgeous.
You hear me?
I said, come on here, Drea.
I said, that's how you make your first jury presence
debut. She done went and got refreshed, and you can see it.
Had that hair pulled up, makeup on.
Come on, controlled edges.
Said, yes.
I think she said she took a 5-hour shower.
True, I know that's right.
So yes, Drea looked amazing. But so, and I know Mike and Johnathan, they were like, when they seen Lindsay didn't use the idol, they were like, oh dang. We wasted our opportunity. Dang, we didn't got Romeo out and we could have got Omar out.
Yep.
But little did they know. So the votes come out. Johnathan, Romeo, and then Omar. He
said,
Look.
He wasn't even expecting one vote. He said,
Omar. The second vote is Omar. And then right before the third vote, he moves and go to Maryanne. He said, "Did you do this?" And she's like, "I did."
Yes.
Baby, I love it. She was smiling. She was like, yeah.
And I love that the jury picked up. You could tell the jury saw that interaction. They're like, that was Maryanne's plan.
That was Maryanne's move. And Jeff, and the 12th person voted out Survivor, Omar. And he's like, and then Lindsay.
Her face dropped.
Yeah,
she
and that's what she get. That's what she get though. You could have saved your rider, like I said before. You could have saved your man, and you didn't. You were thinking about yourself, and you were thinking about the idol going back into play for the last day on the island.
Girl, you've been winning all these immunity challenges. Like you could have took that risk. I would have took that risk, especially if I was her. She can win a comp.
You got to guarantee your ride or die makes it to the finale. If it is,
that's a guaranteed vote for you.
It's in your power. Forget if somebody else found out. At least you have somebody that you know that has your back going into it for sure. And so I think she very much misplayed. And it's going to cost her. I think it'll cost her because now Omar's gone. Who do you have left? Maryanne know that you lied because she know about your idol. Mike and Johnathan don't trust you. And Romeo show ain't going to trust you. Now you by yourself, sis.
Yep.
Now what you going to do? Now you got to win. Now you got to win.
All right.
And it's a lot of pressure going into the Final Five comp challenge. And so that was kind of where Ricard was at in Final Five. He needed to win and did not. And it cost him the game. Omar, I hate to say it, and I hope I don't sound ridiculous, but you were so focused again on getting out Drea to keep Mike's idol in the game that you lost sight of that maybe you should have kept Drea because I tweeted this too. I said, I know who somebody, I put a picture of Drea. I said, I know somebody who would have used that little idol on her had she been in the game.
Look,
and she won the challenge.
She definitely would have. She was like, might as well get some use out of it.
Because she got the same mentality that we do. I'm not leaving nothing, no stone unturned, nothing in my pocket. I'm not letting nothing expire. I'm using it. And if it don't work, oh well, just so I know that at least done. I got some use.
Right.
Exactly. And so that, it cost him the game. I'm sure it did. Everybody's wondering if Drea, what she said, had an impact, and maybe not. But I feel like people were starting to pick up on his game regardless. Anyway,
he did enough to send him home.
But here's the tea that we found out through his interview is that he had an advantage, the idol nullifier.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
From when?
From when?
Did we know about that?
We did not know about it. He
What does that
apparently
do?
it's the one that Carl had in season 37 that nullifies an idol if you place it right. Yes. So him and Johnathan actually found this earlier in the season when they were still on Taku, and he had it, but they did not show us this, and maybe they didn't show it because
I guess
because look, it wasn't relevant.
It wasn't relevant. So I guess after they finished the season,
they're like, ain't no point in us putting this in the edit.
Right. But apparently, so it kind of makes sense, kind of why he felt as comfortable maybe as he did with giving Mike back his idol, because he was like, I know where this idol is. Mike has it. I'm making it to Final 5. I'm going to nullify it at Final 5 and get rid of Mike.
Was. Yeah, he was definitely going to probably use it at 5.
The plan was Johnathan this week, nullify Mike's idol, get Mike out at Final 5.
That would have been a great move for him to do it too.
Exactly.
Ooh, it's a little too late.
But he wasn't even thinking it. So I went and read the rest of his interview. He was like, what I should have did was let Drea take Mike's idol, let her use it, nullify it, and still get Drea out the game and keep my trust.
That would have been dope.
Yep.
Yes.
That would have been dope. That would have been talked about. You hear me?
Yes. That's what he should have did.
And he said, and then I would have
had guaranteed that he knew that that would have been used.
Yes. Because he said that would have kept the trust between me, Mike, and Johnathan. Because with him, with him taking the, letting him know about Drea's thing, he was like, and then keep it, the whole situation made Mike distrust him.
Then I would have told Drea, like, if you don't use that idol, you getting put up. Everybody's saying your name.
She was going to use it. I think she was.
She was too, but you know how Omar worked.
Yeah.
You better use that idol.
Mm-hmm. And then nullify it.
Yo, that would have been a move.
That would have been great.
And he still would have probably went home this week.
Maybe
because Lindsay probably she wasn't gonna use the darn thing.
Yeah, stupid.
So honestly, now looking back,
let's think about it for a minute.
Because Drea would have been.
She would have known that Omar was vulnerable because of that play. She won. Lindsay wins immunity. Your boy is vulnerable because he just did a big play yesterday.
That's true.
Yeah, he might have went out anyway.
Save my boy so we can go on to, the final five together, and then let's duke it out at Final 5.
That would have made it would have changed the game. Look, now that would have been game changers too. Season 2
for sure. Right.
Come on. They not thinking, but I guess when you're on there, you don't be thinking about all the stuff until after the fact. Hindsight is always 2020. But
did we confirm though, Eric, that if it's a 3-person that's going to like the final seat, or is it going to be between 2 people?
I think
we don't know, but I believe that it's still going to be 3.
Okay.
If it changes, we'll find out in the finale episode, like we did with S.3 and Amanda and Parvati. Yeah, but it should be 3. They've been doing 3 for God knows how long now.
So that means next week as we're watching, it's a 2-hour episode that we're watching.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah. So it'll be the Final 5 challenge, the final challenge of the final immunity challenge. Someone will go home, and then the Final 4, they'll do another challenge actually. And the winner of that will be guaranteed a Final 3 seat, and they get to take one with somebody with them, and then the other 2 will compete in fire to get that last spot. Yeah,
I'm excited about the outcome of this season now.
Yeah,
I really am, and I'm excited that I get to rest a little while.
Come on, break.
Right.
So yeah, it's interesting. Like this season has it. I think I can put this up there with I've only seen 4 of the 3 other seasons, but I will for 4 of the seasons put this up there with one of the best seasons that I've seen, because it's been great.
Everybody came to play.
I ain't mad at it.
The strategy was good.
Yeah,
and I appreciated the sportsmanship as well, because even the last
couple of them.
Yes. Remember, High went out with good sportsmanship.
Yeah.
Drea went out with good sportsmanship, and Omar.
Yeah.
I said, come on here, sportsmanship, because I would not have.
You know who I think is gonna have a worse exit if he go? Johnathan. He gonna be pouting like a mother sucker.
He go lay down.
Listen,
especially be that close to get to the end and to lose.
He gonna probably blow his own fire out. Leave me alone.
Lord. Yeah, that's gonna be. I'm excited. This finale, it really is.
I think it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, it's between definitely with this move, Maryanne. She is a true contender to win this game. That was a game-winning move.
I hope she wins, child.
She turned on Taku. She was the first one to turn against the original alliance. She made the bold, risky move. Utilized her extra vote, executed it well. And then obviously we've just seen her evolve. Like we've said it multiple times. Like she has truly blossomed into this incredible Survivor player. And I saw on Twitter that if Maryanne was to win, it will be 20 years since Vesepia Robinson Towery won and became the first Black woman to win a reality TV show game, period, but to win Survivor.
20 years?
20 years.
Baby, so last time somebody won, I was 13 years old. Mm-hmm. That's a long time ago.
Wow.
Since the Black woman won.
So I guess with this pod, we're rooting for Maryanne.
Yep.
Look, after she pulled off that move, I said, come on, Maryanne, Towery, Fields, Shallows, Diaz, Twine, O'Ketch.
Carter.
Newman.
Oh, and this too. These people who are playing this game, even last season, Erica was Canadian, Omar Canadian, Maryanne Canadian, Drea Canadian. The Canadians come on US and they come to
dominating.
Play.
Come on here.
I don't like Erica.
Yeah, I can leave her out because we didn't see her really play.
You know, we have to blame editing and production for that because they did not, and it weirdly circulated as well that they did not give her a winner's edit to the point where we kind of looked over and glossed over her win.
Definitely.
I'm definitely glossing over it. I don't like her.
Yeah.
But definitely from this season, Drea, Omar, and Maryanne they represented Canada very well. And I guess we got to give props to the editing team because they did so much better, highlighting everybody's game. So not just one player. Like from the merge on, like we really didn't know whose game this could be. Because at first, like, Hai got this game in a chokehold.
I thought Hai was coming.
Right. And remember, Lindsay was good and invisible, child.
Invisible.
Yep, and now she out there.
And then Mike was like, okay, Mike is making his rounds. Like he didn't ingratiated himself with all type of people. And then we see Maryanne, like she said, she's using emotions as a weapon. And it's like, okay. Right. And then we got Drea with 10,000 immunities and challenges and powers.
10,000.
and then Omar, the puppet master of the season. And we're like, oh my God, like this game could go anybody's way. So
obviously we want Maryanne to win. But if Maryanne just happens to go, who would have y'all's vote?
Lindsay.
Of who's left in the house?
It would have to be Lindsay, child.
Lindsay.
Yes, because she really came from, like I said, from invisibility to full-fledged dominating, especially going neck and neck with
a woman winning this season
with Thor.
Would have to.
Okay.
And
did it great.
And not, we always say that beasting through a competition should not guarantee you a win, but she had to fight like her way for her place. Essentially, she went from being invisible for real.
And strategic.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
And most importantly, which I hope I'm correct in saying this, shout out to a white woman making it to the end of a reality TV series and not having nothing unproblematic come out about her. Shout out to you, Lindsay.
She was very unproblematic.
Yeah, I thought you was about to say, and she wasn't in the showmance or something. I thought you was about, I don't know where I thought you was about to
say. Child, because you know what? I be trying to root for some white people sometimes. And then of course, it never fails. The white person that I end up rooting for gets problematic. I was pulling hard for Johnathan, and he let me down. I was pulling for Kyle and Big Brother last season, let me down. I put JC Lynn on my thing, let me down. So
look, I had started rooting for Jess on Big Brother Canada too, and they let me down.
Let me down.
You let me
down.
This week on Let Me Down, starring Johnathan.
Oh my God.
So no, I feel that, Treese, because it's like, of course, so like we want to root for, we don't always root for the culture, but it's like, okay, we got to have some backup because time has told that.
And to be very honest, if Maryanne didn't do that move that she did, Lindsay probably would have had my vote on the cool over Maryanne. But Maryanne.
Well, she didn't do it. Romeo goes. Omar's still in the game, and there's a good chance that he's going to final 3, and there's a great chance, almost infinite chance, that he's winning the game. Because I would vote for him,
and Omar would have had my vote in that case.
Yep. Oh yeah, Omar would have definitely hit the vote.
Yes, for sure. So I think she did what she needed. She took it. Look, and it's crazy because the front runners each went back to back. So High was the front runner, he gone. Drea was the front runner, then she gone. Home was the front runner, then he gone.
Back to back. Who going next, Lindsay?
Lindsay and Maryanne, our front runners are going back to back. So,
so Lindsay and Johnathan.
Honestly, I think Lindsay and Johnathan, I think, is the 2 that's on the chopping block next week. Is my guess.
And think about it though. It's interesting to me. Johnathan really has folded and kind of come into the background a little bit for me. In terms of like the game, the first half it was Johnathan, but this second half of the game, he's not been as dominant to me as he was the first half, and I don't know if that's a part of his strategy.
He said it worked, but
you said it was
him losing,
but like him trying to not be such a presence, like he wants to just be back home, providing for people and not really winning stuff until like these last couple of weeks. Like he said that's what his strategy. I don't know. Maybe he just his little he can't come up with a good plan, so ain't nobody paying attention to him, and so he's just there. He like a Xander. You can win these challenges, but don't nobody really care.
I appreciate the fact that Xander was almost irrelevant from my memory.
Yeah, so Eric just brought him up.
I forgot about him
because he was irrelevant in his season. Like, and we kept wondering, like, why y'all letting Xander?
Everybody was hyping him up. I was like.
And they hyped him up because he resembled a lot of the popular players from the seasons past.
Yeah.
They thought he was the Tyler of Survival.
Or like the Aussies of the world.
Yes, that's the category they put him in.
Yep. That's what it was.
And he had not half the personality as Ozzy, not the likability, not the finesse, not the strategic prowess.
Shout out to S.3. Just cause.
Because she got him out.
I was going to say, since you named equality.
Any other final thoughts or going into next week's finale?
It's the finale.
Oh, and watch Tracy. Listeners and viewers, be prepared for Tracy's final thoughts.
Why you gotta get him a preparation?
Because it's probably gonna send us on a tangent.
What's the final thought, Tracy?
That gas is up to $4.50 up here.
Oh, you and us.
Bro, $4.49.
That's where ours is.
2 pods ago, it was $4.29. I'm about to stay at home. Y'all, I had put gas in the car 3 times in the last week. I ain't been nowhere. I've been up the street and back. And then I went like up the street and to the right and gas gone.
I'm gonna tell you what the old folks say. They putting water in that gas because they should not be going out.
They putting something in that gas, corn oil, water, vinegar, something. I don't know. But I don't want it.
I filled my car up last week on Wednesday morning before my students' final. It was $60. I filled it up today because I was on empty. I had 50 miles left. You know how you can check to see how many miles you left. Had 50 miles. I was like, okay, I gotta fill up because it was really on the red part. $71. Just from a week's worth of time.
My God, today
it went up $11 to fill it up.
That's too much.
It's a lot.
Too much.
And you know, Lord. Listeners and viewers, I really encourage you to tune in next week to the finale of Survivor 42, and you can hear the follow-up to Gas Chronicles with Tracy J.
You know what? I also encourage the listeners to find a friend. Y'all ain't gotta be best friends, but find a friend, a carpool to work with, because gas ain't doing nothing but going up to the upper room. So save you a little money.
Listen, I saw a tweet that said if gas keep going up, they played the Mary Mary song. That's I'm walking. If gas keep going up, that's what we're gonna be doing.
Or biking.
Gas going up, and why the paychecks not going up? What's up with that?
Me and production are gonna have a little conversation.
Please,
what she must say?
That's what she said. We got to have a little chat.
What time we at? Because I will talk all day, Lord, because I got some stuff to say. But I'm gonna say something next time.
Mr. Joe.
Listeners, thank you again. Before we go off on another tangent, I'm going to thank you for listening, tuning in, liking and subscribing, giving us good reviews. You know what? I want to say this. Twitter, you guys have been off the hook when it comes to our views and comments and
yes,
participating in our polls. We thank you so much for that. We thank you for the interaction.
yes.
Those who are a little bit more, into YouTube, we're on YouTube as well. So make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find us, who all gonna be there. Just type it on in. It'll take you to our page. We thank you so much. And next season is gonna be bigger and better. And next week we're gonna close the season out. Survivor 42 to go plate. Next week we're gonna get out of your way, and we'll be back next season.
Right. Oh, a special shout out to our special shout out to our BB, like not BB, but just our Canadian love. The people who are watching us from Canada and Bahamas. Like,
shout out to
we
our
truly
Canadians.
appreciate y'all.
We
Like,
got a lot of listeners in the Bahamas, which is odd, but shout out to y'all.
Yes, thank you guys so much.
Send us a tweet or something so we can shout out specifically who y'all are, because there's a couple of y'all out there showing us some love.
Absolutely.
And if you have any postseason interview related to Survivor 42, people you want us to reach out to us on Twitter. You can comment under this video, or you can even hit us up in our DMs and let us know what you want to see, who you want us to talk to, even if you have questions for them. Yes, Instagram is. I forgot about Instagram.
Come on over to IG.
Well. We're gonna be on Twitter soon. TikTok soon. But I ain't gonna hold y'all. We thank you. Tune in next week. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. We are survivors.